Arguments will continue tomorrow in a double murder trial in Wilmington.
Amonte Bell and Dyrell Green are both charged for the deaths of Brianna Williams and Cordreese Tyson in July of 2021. That happened in that home in New Hanover County on Providence Road. The defense and prosecution started closing arguments first thing this morning. WECT's Ariana Bertolotti is live outside the county courthouse after she listened to the arguments today. So what did the defense have to say in closing arguments, Ariana?
John, only the defense for Dyrell Green was able to present their arguments today due to time constraints. But his attorney focusing on the fact that the state has no physical evidence tying Green to the murders. Now, his attorney reiterating the phrase, "say not shown," as prosecution was not able to show any forensic evidence. The defense said there is no evidence that Green was at the murder scene or that he was with the defendant, Amonte Bell, or the convicted, Raquel Adams, at all. The prosecution relied heavily on digital evidence again today, looking at text messages of Green and Bell telling each other to delete their messages and to stop talking to people, and a jail phone call between Bell and one of the victim's sisters saying that he got caught up in the wrong crowd. We can expect to hear the closing argument from Bell's attorney tomorrow morning starting at 9 a.m. Live outside the courthouse, Ariana Bertolotti, WECT News.